The way we handle street takeovers in our jurisdiction compared to what they do down there, it's like completely different.
Oh yeah, big time.
For those who don't know, Sideshow Takeover, they'll take over like intersections or bridges, and then they'll do like burnouts. And like if a normal person tries to get through the intersection, they just don't let them through. And if they complain, then they just like break their windows, will rob them, like beat them up. And on this particular one in May of 22, but they end up going to an intersection, and one of our officers just drives right into it. And they just like mobbed his car, started throwing stuff at him. That same night, they had another location by the auto mall. One of the cars hit one of our officers and like knocked him up onto the hood of the car and then sped off. And so a couple of our guys got on their like burner Instagram accounts and started following these people that were running it. And so we started running these ops, and we used some tactics. My favorite one is the Trojan horse.
Yeah.
So we would take undercover cars that were unmarked, and we would load it down with like 4 or 5 officers. They're in uniform, but they're wearing cover like shirts, and they're in these cars, and they would go into the takeover, and then they would try to get as deep into it as they could. And then we would have uniform officers that would move in from 2 different directions, and on the signal we would all move in, and all of those officers would jump out of the car, and then enforcement would occur. It culminated in December of 22, and we got one operation where we arrested, we arrested 69 people, and we impounded 37 cars at one intersection. And then it was weird because after we did that, they never came back. It was almost like if you enforce the law, like people stop. This happens a lot in LA and in the Bay Area, these takeovers, and they're wild down there. I mean, like we thought ours were bad, but theirs are just insane.
Yeah, people are getting killed in them left and right, whether it's shootings or most of the people get in the pit and like walking around through there.
Like, so the pit is what they refer to the center of the intersection where the cars are doing the burnouts. And it's not just people doing burnouts, but it's like the spectators, and where they try to get as close as they can to the people doing the burnouts. And so they'll be out there recording with their phones, and as a car's spinning around, and they'll try to get to where they can stand as close as they can without getting hit by the car. And sometimes they don't time up the distance correctly.
Yeah.
And they just get like fucking annihilated.
Or they timed it really well.
But then like there's just this like lawlessness that's going on. And if they're at an intersection where there's like a convenience store there, they'll just go and they'll mob and they'll break in, they'll just steal everything off, they'll loot the whole place. They have full task force in LA. I've talked to the officers down there. They'll basically set up and they'll watch it, and they'll try to identify the key players, and then they'll try to, when they drive away, pull them over and impound their car.
Very soft approach.
Yeah, very soft approach. But whereas our approach, we just did it out in the open and in public. And I think that when you take the guy, you arrest the guy, and you impound his car, and you do it in front of everybody at the takeover, then that kind of discourages other people from continuing on. Whereas if you let them drive away and you stop them a mile away when nobody sees it, and you pull them over and you impound the car, like, great, but like the people aren't getting the message. The softer your approach, the more aggression you're going to receive a lot of the times.
Oh, definitely.